Oh, anyway, welcome back to White-Haired Gardener. We finally got some rain and a break in the heat, so things have started growing again. So now I'm able to show you what I'm doing with the summer squash this year. Normally it's huge and lays down across the garden, so it takes a ton of room. But I'm going to try to grow it upright this year, and Mr. White-Haired Gardener was so sweet as to make me these little frames. Now, you know how we like to reuse and recycle. We cut from last year's bamboo. He tied this on each corner. This one is all tied. This one is a combination of twine and some zip ties. If you don't like to tie it, you can always wrap a couple of zip ties around there and hold it on. It works really well. Although I have to say, Mr. White-Haired Gardener's twine is a little bit more secure. Now, this is 4 feet high. These sticks are 20 inches long, but the space in between here is 18 inches, which allows you an extra inch on either side for tying. If you made it 20 inches wide, then there'd be no room to tie. So 18 inches wide, 4 feet tall, and reuse and recycle. You can use old sticks, anything, and it works really well. And really, 18 inches?
No.
Oh, you're talking about from top to bottom?
Correct.
Oh yeah, I forgot to mention that. They're about a foot or so spaced here to here to here to here. So as it grows up, we just take the leaves, lift them, and set them on this. There is really no tying down or anything required because it seems to work quite well. And now, Mr. White-Haired Gardener, if you could come in a little bit, I'll show you how it's starting to grow up. Now see here, normally this wants to lay to the side, but we've got these leaves propped up on here, and it should keep going up. Now a benefit of this, first, it takes up much less garden or garden space, and I can put 2 summer squashes before I could only put 1. Also, when the little buds come out and make squash, then you can have a lot easier time of seeing them rather than having a couple get away from you or get eaten by bugs because it won't be laying on the soft ground. This is a wonderful space-saving tip, and I'll let you know throughout the season how it goes and how it's working for us, but right now it's working wonderfully. Little bit of time travel here. I wanted to come back and show you guys whether this worked or did not work, and it seems to have been a pretty good success. I had to tie up this one because, frankly, we've had a ton of rain and I've neglected this. So I had to tie it up, and now it's shooting back up through this frame. Works really well. This one has been a big success as well, but wow. Well, I will discuss the horrid powdery mildew that we got from the rain that we've had, just almost constant rain. So, but right now, Mr. White-Haired Gardener, if you can get in closer, I don't know how easy that is, but you can see how well this frame works. All the stems that want to lay across the ground that would normally be right out here in the middle are climbing up this, and it makes it very easy to harvest because you can just get there. You don't have to try to pull it off the ground, and you get nice squash. Now, I've had a ton of squash this year, and I like the fact that it's off the ground. Now,
how the bug situation?
Well, I've got some, it looks like some kind of borer.
You can't hear me.
Oh, I've had a few bugs with this, but that's just basically because I haven't been out here to harvest the squash, and I could get a little bit of
Is it better now that the squash is up off the ground?
Yes, okay, I'm getting sidetracked here. Mr. White-Haired Gardener has reminded me to let you know that the bug situation is much better because I don't have the squash laying on the ground. So they can't just come up through the dirt and chew the little plants. It's up in the air, less mildew, less bugs. So actually for me, this is a win-win. So poor Mr. White-Haired Gardener is going to have to construct a lot more of these as the years go by. Now, I came out here today and notice that I've got a pretty bad case of powdery mildew. Are you able to see this over here? Ah, perfect. That's a good one right here. And then this one too. We've had constant rain. I have not been able to give this much attention. I just kind of go out and look and harvest the squash. But what I'm going to do, I have found that the best thing for me is potassium bicarbonate, which I got actually from a winemaker's company, and it comes in a powdered form. I add just a teaspoon to about a quart of water, shake it up, spray it, and it gets rid of it wonderfully. Some people like to use milk. Some people will use sodium bicarb. I've used all of those things, but so far, my best success has been with the potassium bicarb. Other than that, that's pretty well what I've got for you. I can bring you back in about a week or so and see if that's helped at all. Although these are getting close to the end of their production, and I may just go ahead and pull them up, but I might do a test so that you can see. Nice to have you back, and yes, I would recommend this to anybody. Gets everything off the ground, gets a little bit more air, and lots less bug issues. So thank you very much, and look forward to seeing you again. As always, like, share, and subscribe. And if you want to buy a hard-working Mrs. White-Haired Gardener a cup of coffee, or Mr. White-Haired Gardener too, feel free to use the link down below, and we would greatly appreciate it.